Living in a 21st century world and diamonds are 2025 vibe. November 27th, 2025, Thanksgiving. And here is a diamond encrusted cornucopia to celebrate Thanksgiving. Or, as we Lenape refer to it as, gambling. Long before the Plymouth Brethren sat down with the Wampanoag tribe at the 1621 feast, generally considered to be the first Thanksgiving, gambling, the Lenape occupied the upper Delaware area, which is here, enjoying the bounty yielded by the land and water and holding ceremonies to thank the gods and spirits for it and participate in its renewal. So we are doing gambling. Today's color scheme is Juicy Burst Mixed Fruit. A burst of thanks to know our heritage and our lineage. A burst of thanks for Migᵫl, of course. Juicy Burst Mixed Fruit was chosen as one of November's main color schemes because of the grapes, because I do associate November with grapes and cornucopias. So this is the full Juicy Burst Mixed Fruit color scheme for Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving. And now we're going to greet our Russian diamonds, our brillante, our brilliant Ruskas. Jizen vimaya devetesa proboyaya veka, I brilliant ito deveteseachi devetesea payat god. Judom dinya blagodaranaya. Happy Thanksgiving. Always be grateful. Now for my diamantes en español, viviendo en un mundo del siglo XXI, y los diamantes son 2025. Vive el Día de Acción de Gracias. Now that we have everyone greeted, let's give thanks today. Put it back to my thing, please. I have quite a few things to share today. Let me get myself in gear here. Migᵫl's gonna look for a positive comment. Go look for the positive comment, please. While I set myself up here. Okay, yes. So I'll tell you all about gambling as well. Okay. So yes, here's gambling and my information that I'll be sharing. All right, positive comments. First positive comment is Marshmallow. Hello, thank you. Happy Thanksgiving. It's Juicy Burst Mixed Fruit today. Hey, K King, thank you for liking my outfit. It was especially for Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving inspired this outfit that I use. Made by Juicy Burst Mixed Fruit as a cornucopia of gratitude. Okay, so thank you so much, Groglas. Happy gambling. Yes, gambling is the Lenape feast of gratitude and renewal. I am Lenny Lenape, okay? A lot of people don't know who Lenny Lenape is because history wants to wipe us out, but we're still alive and we're still here. Marshmallow says, my Thanksgiving isn't until the evening. Excited. Well, I celebrate Thanksgiving all month long because November in Lenny Lenape is the month of thanks. So being grateful is very important for our souls. So let me tell you all about gambling. Long before the Plymouth Brethren sat down at the Wampanoag tribe in 1621, generally considered to be the first Thanksgiving, the Lenny Lenape occupied the upper Delaware area, enjoying a bounty yielded by the land and water, holding ceremonies to thank the gods and spirits for it and to participate in its renewal. Unfortunately, the surviving information about many of these ceremonies is sparse, but we know something about gambling, or the big house ceremony, a post-harvest festival that has some feature that has similar to what they call Thanksgiving today. All right, and thank you. 2020 Amazing Space Economics. Love, light, and passion to you too. And I'm glad to share my energy with everybody. 2020 Amazing Super Space Economics. Eagle says, what? I'm talking about Gamwing? Yes, Gamwing came first. Gamwing is a festival of gratitude and renewal. And I will bring all of the attention to Gamwing today. I'm grateful to be here to be able to give you information about the Lenape tribe and Gamwing and all of what is done during this festival. Okay? So, I hope everyone's having a happy Gamwing today, because that's what it is really called. You know, we're not going to be whitewashed out of here. You know, we're still alive in spirit over here. So let me tell you more about Gamwing. Some authorities believe that Gamwing was only created after the arrival of the white man, as a traditional backlash against the religious and cultural pressures of European settlers. But others agree with J. Miller of Simon Fraser University, who wrote that long before the white settlement, Gamwing was the Lenni Lenape's ancient integrative ritual, held to mark the conjunction of men and women, hunt and crops, and creator and creation as a world renewal celebration of universal gratitude. Okay, so Gamwing is a very important ritual and ceremony. And Mongoose says it's Baron Munchausen. I don't know who that is, but my name is Willie, and happy Gamwing. Okay. So the eponymous big house in which the ceremony took place, accordingly, built to be symbolic of the entire universe, which the Lenape believed had been fashioned by a creator god who made a giant turtle and put cedar trees in the center of its back, from which in turn man and woman sprouted. An oval dancing floor represents the back of the giant turtle, and a center pole represents the cedar tree as the center of the world. Lots of symbolism that has to do with the Lenape Gamwing ceremony celebration. I would like to know what everybody is grateful for today. What are you giving gratefulness to? What are you grateful for? You all know, number one, I am grateful for Migᵫl. That is who I am most grateful for. He is my life. Nin Nikio is grateful for food. Me too. I might not have much food, but I'm very grateful for what I have. Ainsley Knight says, thank you for sharing your creativity. Ainsley Knight, it is my pleasure to share my creativity. I actually didn't want to come live today, but I have a few friends that want to see me today, so I'm here to celebrate and wish them a happy Gamwing and or Thanksgiving. Ainsley Knight says, thank you for a peaceful place to live. Yes, we gotta be thankful for peace. And we do need more peace, so let us pray to increase the peace. Because peace is very important, and peace takes a lot of intelligence. SeⅡ. Let's shout out SeⅡ for the rose. Thank you so much. What are you grateful for? Tell me what you're grateful for. Today is Gamwing. That was turned into Thanksgiving. How's everybody doing today? SeⅡ, thank you for the rose as well. Thank you so much. Hey SeⅡ. And he says, how did I make the huge backdrop? With my imagination and friends over in China. Nikyo, thank you so much. I hope you have a great Thanksgiving as well. And Gamwing, remind everyone it's Gamwing. That's how it started over here in the Delaware area. Well, New Jersey to be exact. When it came to food at Gamwing, the focus was not plants, which were the highlights of the green corn rite. According to Miller, Mother Corn was considered to be extremely jealous, so only plant food would have been consumed at her festival. In contrast, Gamwing marked the tradition of the time of the year that food grows from the earth associated with the female principle can be harvested to the time of hunting for meat associated with the male principle. And when it came to meat, the star of the feast was venison, not turkey. Do you all know what venison is? SJ says he said that. He said that periodically. That's right, Annie. Yay for friends in China. Luna, I'm happy to see you too. Shout out to Luna for the rose. I appreciate it. Happy Gamwing. I'm telling you all about Lenny Lenape, Gamwing today. That's right, see, we will shine bright like a diamond, or sell. Shout out to Lou for the rose. Thank you so much for the rose. I appreciate it. I hope everybody is giving thanks today. It's very important. Lou, thank you for the rose. Thank you so much. All right, so Lenni Lenape is the tribe that I am from, and I'm happy to present Gamwing and tell you more about it today. Sel wants to know if I cut out the diamonds. Well, they had to come off the paper somehow. Okay. Onward with Gamwing. Smaller game was eaten too, but according to late Lenape James Revy, the lone bear was quoted in a 1981 New York Times article. There were turkeys then, of course, but deer was the main dish. A deer was hunted and brought in as part of the ceremony. The Lenape did not domesticate animals for meat before the arrival of the Europeans. At Gamwing, no meat from domesticated animals was allowed until the last few decades of its celebration, during which beef was served. In Miller's words, with regret, because Lenni Lenape let animals be animals in the wild. And, okay, when they hunted for animals, they asked for permission, and they used the whole animal. No animal was ever wasted. They used every part of the animal that they hunted. They used it for clothes, they used it for food, they used it for weapons, they used it for tools. And that is what they did. And XO Gap Baby, thank you for the love, I appreciate it. London Kirk, thank you so much for saying talent. And so that is more about Gamwing. And so if anyone's vegan, please do not come after me for explaining what Lenni Lenape tradition did. They were very respectful of animals. They did not waste animals, and they actually thanked the animals, and they prayed over them, whether they're alive or not alive. So just keep that in mind. Lenni Lenape had respect for all plants and all animals, because before they even ate or touched anything to eat, they thanked it and they prayed over it and they asked for permission. So Lenni Lenape was a very beautiful tribe. Well, I mean, it is. I mean, I'm Lenni Lenape, and I'm always thankful for everything. And Ashlyn says, Father. Well, Ashlyn, thank you for the rose. I appreciate it. Thank you so much, Ashlyn. I'm talking about Gamwing today. Gamwing was way before Thanksgiving and celebrated by Lenni Lenape, which is what I am myself. Caitlin says a strange word. Ashlyn, thank you so much for the rose. I appreciate it. Conthi2 says, why are you speaking English Indian? Well, number one, I'm not Indian. I'm Lenape. There's a difference between them. And I speak English because that is what I was taught to speak. That's why. SeⅡ, you came to the wrong place because over here we do peace. And it looks like you don't want peace. Cunt2 says another robot. A robot? I'm not a robot, honey. Ashlyn, how you doing? Thank you for the roses. Let's wish Cunty peace, because they sure need it. I'm glad I'm not like Cunty. Because you know what, Cunty? You will not rouse any feathers around here because there's no feathers to be roused around here. So, why don't you speak with gratitude and love and joy? Because that's what you need to speak with. Okay, so more about gamwing. Kunti says, your dad says doesn't come over for Thanksgiving. Well, my father is not alive. My father is with me in my heart all the time. Where's your father come to? My father's always around me. Ashlyn, thank you for the rose. I appreciate it. And my father was Lenny Lenape, and I'm spreading the tradition of my father. SeⅡ, you're not going to do anything that is going to cause any controversy around here. Symbolic says, my dad left before you were born. I'm sorry, Symbolic. My father stayed with me throughout my whole life. I'm very blessed to have had a father that I had. He was very awesome, and he taught me respect, he taught me confidence, and he taught me to be strong in who I am. And that's exactly what I am. TikTok says some comments in this live were filtered to protect the community's experience. I guess people are saying some naughty things out there. Well, I'll go on talking about gambling right now. That's right, Alex, diamonds and gambling today. Though the ceremony emphasized on the bounty brought by hunting, the Lenape plant staple of corn was also present. The eating of hominy, which was dry corn kernels soaked in a mineral lime bath, which specifically mentioned in some of the recollections of the ceremony that have been preserved in writing. In fact, the word pone in corn pone is thought to come from the Lenape word ahpone, which referred to a dish made with ground corn and water and then fried. Another plant-based food that was popular with the Lenape and likely to show up at modern Thanksgiving tables, though we found no mention of it at gambling ceremonies, is called tak-ehim. And Nora says, is this the Empire of the Sun? No, it is gambling. The ceremony that came before Thanksgiving. I'm telling you all about it. An internet search for traditional Lenape recipes does not prove especially fruitful. The most common recipe online seems to be for fry bread, which, since is made using wheat, is not one of the oldest recipes and certainly would not date back to pre-colonial gamblings. All recipes you can find for corn pone, including milk or buttermilk and or eggs, is likewise a modern innovation because Lenny Lenape ate very differently than what modern people eat. Of course, their food was whole and real. I would like everybody to tell me what you are grateful for today. If you want to set a Thanksgiving table that in some way acknowledges the people who lived in this river valley, and as we do, had no good reason to be grateful for its bounty, you might consider adding a cut of venison, some wild turkey, a polenta or corn-based bread, and perhaps some cranberries. Try sweetening them with maple syrup, another gift to the cuisine from the Lenape. Kant says they're great for a normal dad. Well, Kant, you don't have a normal dad because a normal dad will have taught you respect. Oh, I'm not going to insult your father. You just weren't paying attention because I'm sure your father taught you respect. Kant, you need to pay more attention to your father because you're not being respectful. What will your father think about your comments in my live stream? I don't think he'll, I think I'll let you answer that. Optimum, Sprime 872 says you are amazing. I'm just saying, thank you. You are very wise and smart, Optiprime. And who wants to be normal and boring anyway? I don't. I never aspired to be normal. In fact, typical, average, and ordinary burn my ears. I think outside the box, I live outside the box, and I took the box and I crushed it and threw it in the garbage. Because I am a free person. Alright, so are we having a good womping today? Are you having a good gambling today? Alright. Well, today is all about gratitude, and this whole month is about gratitude for the Lenape. I am grateful that I had a real father that taught me respect, taught me how to stand up for myself, taught me how to be myself, and not let anybody do anything to hinder that. All right, I'm also thankful that I had a mom who inspired me to be creative as ever and do exactly what I wanted according to my imagination. Hey, Stony Mama 420, I'm talking about gambling today. Thank you, happy Thanksgiving. Gambling is Lenape before Thanksgiving. So I'm giving everybody an education about that. You're welcome, Stony Mama. You like my diamond encrusted cornucopia I have for today? I'm glad to see you in my live stream today. You are a very beautiful and kind human being. And I love beautiful, kind human beings. Thank you so much, Stony Mama. So yes, I'm talking about gambling right now. I'm reading about it actually. So it says here, more important, instead of rushing out to an orgy of consumerism on Black Friday, we might stop and think about what it might mean to be, as the Lenape felt they were, to be co-responsible for the renewal of creation. Oh, look at Ray Joyce, saying something nice and then saying something deplorable at the same time. I'm thankful for people who have open minds, and I'm thankful for people who know how to use their minds. That's what I'm thankful for. I'm thankful for people who know that there are more things out there than what they seem to live inside of. I'm thankful for people who live outside the box. And I'm thankful for people who know that psychology is just another man-made institution to control people with. Just like organized religion, psychology will tear everybody apart too. And when people like Ray Joyce think that psychology is the way to go, they just may as well be like those ultra-religious people calling everybody sinners just because they're different. Instead of sinners, we just have a mental illness, right? Well, that's not how it works. Everyone has a different mind, and everybody has a different way of living. And I am Lenny Lenape, and part of Lenny Lenape is being colorful and bright and cheerful. I'm thankful for people who are actually educated. And G4G3 says, bro on Cat in the Hat. No, Cat in the Hat is basic. Come on now. Cat in the Hat is like 1975. Black and white and red. Come on now. This is installation art. This is avant-garde. This is optical illusions. Not Cat in the Hat, basic green eggs and ham stuff. Alright, let's continue talking about womping, shall we? Or gowning is the correct pronunciation of it, gowning. I am thankful for people who actually be themselves unapologetically and don't care what other people think. People who step outside of jeans and t-shirts and suits and ties and wear whatever they want to wear because they can. That's what I'm thankful for. Will anyone else like to tell me what you're thankful for? It'll be wonderful to see what you're thankful for. Ray Joyce thinks they're showing love. Well, Ray Joyce, I have a feeling that your name is Bailey. Well, Ray Joyce, I'm going to teach you how to show love. You show love by being respectful of people's differences. That's how you show love. You show love by learning about people, and you show love by not accusing people of things. Stony Mama says, I'm thankful for being alive another day. Me too. I am too. And I'm thankful for the house that I live in. And I'm thankful for this house because I've lived here for 52 years, and I plan on living here the rest of my life. Mikey says, lithium and thorazine. Well, Mikey, see, I do not use substances. Substances are not for me. And I definitely do not use medications either because medications are just another form of control by your lovely government that want you to be subservient. So I don't believe in medications or substances, whether they're legal or illegal. They all should be illegal in my opinion because people just need to learn that there are differences in how our brains operate and work. So y'all gotta stop believing in this psychology garbage because all you're doing is accusing people of something they are not. You're just like those religious people out there. You're a sinner. Oh, you're a sinner because you look different. You're a sinner because you act different. No, we just look different and act different. We're not sinners. All right. Migᵫl, happy Thursday. Thank you so much. Thank you for the love. What are you grateful for? I'm talking about gambling today. Squirm says cool. Well, thank you so much, Squirm. We gotta get Migᵫl up here. You know I'm thankful for Migᵫl. We gotta do the Migᵫl stuff. We'll get Migᵫl, and he'll tell you what he's thankful for when he comes in here, okay? Because we are going to have a beautiful day today. Migᵫl says, I'm grateful for my kitty cats and sunshine. I am thankful for sunshine too. I go outside every morning to look at the infrared lights to gain the power of the sun, Thank you so much, Migᵫl. Yeah, sun is extremely important. So many people don't realize the benefits of sunshine. You gotta go outside no matter how cold it is and just get in that sunshine, let it get into your eyes, absorb that sun. Sunshine is good for chemicals in your body. Sunshine is good for the production of important hormones. It's good for melatonin. You do not need to take pills for melatonin. All you gotta do is go in the sun and you'll get it from the sun. Here's Migᵫl. Migᵫl, tell everybody what you're thankful for.
Hey, I am thankful for my current life, the progress that I've made at this point, who I am with. And I'm grateful for the things that I have and what I'm able to experience every day, looking for the positive in everything, at least attempting to.
And I'm thankful for my Migᵫl. I'm thankful for my house I've lived in for 52 years, and I hope to live here the rest of my life. We need a miracle, everybody. We need a huge miracle, because this is my house that I am grateful for. You know, last year I wasn't in this house, and it was very tragic and traumatic for me. So, we gotta do everything we can to keep this house, my house, well, our house. It's Migᵫl and my house. It's our house. Because, you know, this is where we live. I've lived here for 52 years, and Migᵫl has lived here for 12 years. And we want to keep it like that. This is my house. I'm grateful for it. Thank you, everybody, for joining me today, my diamonds. Tomorrow we're going to celebrate Native American Day. And until then, happy Gowing, or as you'll call it, Thanksgiving. All right, Migᵫl is going to cue up the music. And here we go. A kiss on the head is quite continental, and diamonds are 2025. Be terrific!